feel like your team have shown something in defeat today? Did you like the performance?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think we don't like to lose. We don't like to draw points. But if you have to choose the way, probably this is the way that you want to draw points. Came here in this stadium against this team. I really like the performance of the team. I think probably we deserve something more. But anyway, the performance was good.
Yeah, I mean, listen to your interviews in the week where you said you were going to come here and play like a big team. You wouldn't sit back and counter. Did that particularly please you? Like you played like a big team. You controlled a lot of the football match.
Yeah, I think we controlled most of the game. We had chances, we had possession, and we had possession in their half. Doesn't happen many times that you see Liverpool in their side for a long time. And this is the reason why I said that we don't like to draw points, we don't like to lose, but if we have to choose, probably this is the way. And overall, the team came here brave, on the ball and off the ball, and I think this is the right way.
So does it still feel like a big step today, a step forward?
Yeah, but I said before the game, I don't think today's game define where we are. I think today's game, we try to prepare the game in the best way, on the ball and off the ball. I think work quite well, and then sometimes also you have to take the moment, the chance. But overall, I'm very proud of the players.
Tactically, what gave you control? They seem to really struggle to build up, especially in the first half.
Yeah, I think off the ball we were, as we said since we start, we were man to man, we were aggressive. The defenders, they were man to man against their striker, their attacker, and on the ball I think we just adjust, make some details, some small things that works quite well. But as I said, overall I think we deserve something more. But we important that we have a good feeling.
When you say you feel like you deserve something more, there were a lot of big decisions for the officials to make today. Are you satisfied that they got them right, that the officials haven't decided this football match?
To be honest, I didn't see nothing in terms of decision from the referee. The only thing I can say that sometimes in this stadium, some decision is also for the noise of the crowd. But overall, I think the people enjoy the game, and we ate draw points, we ate lose. But as I said, if we need to choose a way, probably this is the right way.
So just in terms of what you say there, the effect of the stadium, Liverpool had like an appeal for a penalty, there was a couple of big decisions, a couple of roars, and then the penalty comes. So do you think there's almost like wave after wave, and that impacts the ref?
This is a question for the ref. The only thing I can say, as I said, that the referee also, they are there to make some decisions. Sometimes they are right, sometimes they are wrong, but like the mine, like yours, like everyone. But sometimes you have the feeling from outside that some decision is because of the noise. But overall, I think they were okay.
The timing of the winning goal really hurt. You had three players ready to come on, and then before they can get on the pitch, you're back behind. Yeah.
Has been probably in that moment, if we don't concede, probably I think the game could be a different kind of game in terms of results. But we concede, and the team doesn't change nothing, keep it going, and we had chances until the end.
And just lastly on that, you basically made 4 subs by around the 50th minute because Sancho came off at half-time. Any or all of those predetermined? I guess it would be with James and Lavia coming off.
Yeah, we're already for Romeo and for Reece, for both. The idea was to play them 45 minutes, 1 hour, no more than that.
Okay. And the other two are tactical. Sancho tactical.
Yeah, both.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the big thing. If that's not Michael Oliver is overruling the on-field. If that was one of the other younger referees, he doesn't overrule the referee, or the referee goes, no. But because it's Michael Oliver, best go and do it. Sometimes they'll go, go with the on-field decision. When it's younger, the on-field decision he's given it was debatable. And we looked at it, when I first seen it, I've gone, it's nailed on.
Real time in the ground,
because
it looks like a penalty,
he flips him over, and I think it's all the action around it. But when you see it back and you see that the keeper just stands up, he makes contact with the ball, that is the big thing. Doesn't sort of take, but Curtis hits him and just flips over him. I think all those actions, and you go, wow, that's it. But then that's what the VAR for. And I thought slightly it got that right. That's why I was disappointed in the first one against Mo Salah, because I thought that more than anything was worth a look at.
Yeah, I listen, we can stand there and debate, you know, go into the screen and what happens, and a lot of people are on, you know, with you, once they do get offered to go to the screen, you feel there's only one outcome. I thought that was where VAR was at its best. I didn't think it was a penalty. It wasn't a penalty. Tomo's right, the whole actions of Curtis Jones, the crowd going up, he flipped and went over. It was dramatic, wasn't it? And it kind of looked like it in the spur of the moment. But in all said and done, when he went to the VAR, the keeper is allowed to come out.
It's a big chunk of the ball.
He's allowed to spread, and he catches the ball. It ricochets off Jones, and Jones, he can't get out the way of the keeper, and Jones goes over. So I thought that's where VAR was at its best. It wasn't a penalty, and they got it right.
What about the winning goal then? Because Mo Salah, for the 34th time I think now in Premier League history, has scored and assisted in the same game. The ball is a really good one for Curtis Jones. We will talk potentially after we've heard from Kvin Kelleher about the Chelsea goalkeeper's role in the goal, but it's a great ball from Mo Salah, whatever you say.
Do you know what? It's brilliant, and you look at Mo and he keeps on doing these things, his stats. We were going on about how many goal involvements, and Mo Salah is up there with all the best that we've had. Shearer, and I think he said Andy Cole,
yeah.
And you just look that ball, because he sees it's not meant for Darwin, because Darwin's offside. And I'm glad Darwin doesn't go for the ball. If Darwin goes for the ball, he could be deemed in an offside position. But Mo's picked out, and it's a great run, because when you see it again, we could see on the monitor, he comes from behind, and he's a yard onside. So it's an absolutely fantastic run, but Mo picks him out, because when you consider he's hitting it with his left foot going towards the goal, so it's got to be perfect. But I thought the goalkeeper bottled it.
Yeah, let's have a word about the goalkeeper in just a moment. In the meantime, we'll hear from Liverpool's goalkeeper. 50 up in the red of Liverpool for Kvin Kelleher. He's been speaking to Mark Benstead.
Quiv, well done. Your 33rd Liverpool win. One that was particularly satisfying given who you were playing, given the atmosphere, and given, of course, it takes you back to the top of the table.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, I think, like you say, all them factors were big as well. It was a big game for us. Thought the crowd was brilliant today. The atmosphere was electric. Like you say, went back to the top of the table as well, which is important, and obviously a big win for us.
What are these games like for you as a goalkeeper? Because you probably weren't tested individually that much, but that threat was always there on the break.
Yeah, of course. I think, obviously for me, it's about just being mentally really focused, trying to help the defenders in front of me as well, help them be in the right positions. But yeah, I must say that we thought we defended really well today as a whole team. Limited them to very few chances. Like I say, I didn't have much to do. So yeah, really pleasing defensively, I think.
Is concentration a big thing as well? Because even right into the death, they had that ball across to the back post. When on a different day someone gets there, and you've got to be ready to try and intervene.
Yeah, of course. I think, like you say, it's the most important thing probably for goalkeeping, that you need to always be mentally switched on, and especially for a team like Liverpool as well, where you're probably not going to have much work to do, but maybe there is that one chance that you need to be there. So yeah, I think mentally today is probably the most important thing.
Do we see a sort of a different side to this team as well today? There were some big blocks at times, sort of keeping the danger away from you, rather than the kind of free-flowing football that the team's played a lot of so far this season.
Yeah, and I think the manager has been big on that yeah, we can play nice football, and obviously that's important, but when you come into these games against Chelsea where the quality is so high, it's going to be a tight game, and you need to dig in, and you need to make blocks, you need to challenge, you need to defend well, because at the end of the day the defending wins the games, which we saw today. So yeah, that was pleasing to see.
And just in the bigger picture of things, the manager's been the first person to say, look, calm expectation down, there's a long way to go, we've not had a lot of tests yet, but you accept that when you win games like this and you go back to the top of the table, people start to get excited about what is possible.
Yeah, of course. I think that's more obviously the outside noise that's going to happen, but I think the manager's right as well that it is probably early days for us. It's only not too many games into the league, and like I say, some tougher games to come for us as well. But no, it's obviously going in the right direction, and hopefully we can continue. It's a tough run of games for us now, but yeah, hopefully we can keep everyone fit and get some good results.
On to Germany.
Yeah.
Cheers up.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
Well, we'll get to Robert Sanchez and his involvement in the Curtis Jones winner in just a moment. But on Quevin Keller, you said there 57% of the ball for Chelsea, but he's not done a lot, has he? There's a couple of blocks. Palmer has one that goes over, but he's not had a huge amount of saves to make.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity. A bit like his England opportunity, wasn't it? Where he just blasted over. Yeah. You feel like a player of that quality should at least hit the target and make Quevin work a little bit, but he didn't. Again, I mentioned it before, Maresca will obviously go away and analyse the game with that amount of possession at Anfield, you know, with the players on the pitch that he's got, the attacking force that he's got on the pitch, you'd expect him to create more opportunities and test Quevin, but you're right, he wasn't tested. I can't really remember him doing anything.
Because if you have a look at the stats, and I think they have more shots than us, but on target, I think they've had the one, which would probably be the goal. And you look at most of them, and they're all high and wide. There's nothing to really concern you of, and you can have all the stats to show these things, but we've got like 5 on target or 6 on target, something like that. So you're looking at Sanchez as being obviously more worked than Quevin.
On Sanchez then, and on that winning goal, as a central defender, what are you hoping from your keeper there, that he just comes out and clears Curtis Jones out of the way?
Absolutely, absolutely. And as he did for the first one on Curtis, he's made himself big. He's come quickly, because Curtis' touch is not great. And then the same thing for the goal. I feel Curtis's touch, because when he went like that, I went, oh, yeah. That's your first thing. It was...
Well, Arnie, you said this week that on league table it looked like being the hardest game yet. Did it prove to be the hardest game yet?
I think many of our games were hard. But this one might have been the hardest, maybe because of the amount of quality players they have and also the structure they play in. So it was we had to fight really hard to bring this over the line, that's clear.
And your thoughts, what's your assessment of your team's performance?
I think what we did really well is we defended so strong and with the whole team, so there was incredible work rate. And the game became difficult for us because there were a few decisions, at least in my opinion, that didn't went for us. So I think the most crucial one was the one where we thought we got the penalty just before halftime, and then to go up for a 2-0 lead, it makes a massive difference instead of going 1-0 into halftime and then conceding a few minutes after halftime. But we stepped up again, scored the goal, and then in the end it was a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, and that's what we did really well.
It was an intense game. It was a scrap. It was a fight at times. Are you pleased to see that side of your team come out?
Yeah, I've seen this a lot already, but the better the teams you face, the more you need it. I think you know better than me, but if you play in the Premier League, there are so many good teams, so many good players. So if you want to win, then at least you need a fight, and then hopefully the individuals can make the difference. And that's also what you saw today. I think we scored some very nice goals, and we had more than a few chances to score another one. And defended really well, which is necessary if you play against the great individuals they have.
How hard is it, we saw it against Forest, I guess, to pick that momentum up, and how important is it when you come off the back of these internationals?
It definitely helps if you play against Chelsea. I think that's a big game. Everybody feels this. The fans felt it, and we felt it that the fans felt it, because I think they were really there for us today. And the players, as a player, you always favor to play the big games. You're always looking forward to that. But in the end, it's the same amount of points that you can take if you play Nottingham Forest. But yeah, the game also went in a way that it was intense, and we showed up. That was the most important thing.
تصفية إفريقيا 2025 تونس وليبيا أمام خطر محدق وتألق لافت لمصر والجزائر. منتخب تونس جمع 7 نقاط في صدارة المجموعة الأولى. تبين بشكل كلي نتائج المنتخبات العربية في أعقاب الجولة الرابعة من التصفيات المؤهلة لكأس إفريقيا لكرة القدم 2025 المزمع إقامتها في المغرب بين 21 ديسمبر كان الأول 2025 و 18 يناير كان الثاني 2026. وفي حين حجزت منتخبات مصر والجزائر والمغرب الباب المستضيف بطاقات التأهل لأمم إفريقيا، شكل السقوط المدوي منتخب تونس في الجولتين الثالثة والرابعة من تصفيات المجموعة الأولى أمام جزر القمر، وأزمة مباراة ليبيا ونيجيريا الحدثين البارزين حتى الجولة الرابعة من التصفيات. وخاضت منتخبات القارة السمراء المشاركة في التصفيات حتى الآن 4 جولات في حين ستدور الجولتان الخامسة والسادسة في نوفمبر تشرين الثاني المقبل حتى يكتمل نصاب المنتخبات التي ستخوض النهائيات. ويرصد التقرير التالي حصيلة المنتخبات العربية في تصفية الكان 2025 حتى الجولة الرابعة، بعد أن حقق انتصارين على حساب مدغشقر ثم غامبيا في الجولتين الأولى والثانية، خلفت هزيمة المنتخب التونسي على أرضه أمام جزر القمر في الجولة التالية موجة السخط في أواسط الجماهير. وبعد 4 أيام من الخسارة على ملعب رادس، سقط نسر قرطاج في فخ التعادل الصعب 1-1 أمام المنافس ذاته جزر القمر، مما فجر أزمة جديدة أشد من الأولى، وشنت خلالها وسائل الإعلام هجمة شرسة على اللاعبين، في حين لم تستثني أي فرد من الجهاز الفني بقيادة فوزي البنزرتي. رغم أنه لا يزال في صدارة المجموعة الأولى، فإن منتخب تونس الذي جمع 7 نقاط لا يملك مصير التأهل بين يديه، ويبتعد بنقطة واحدة عن جزر القمر ونقطتين عن غامبيا، بينما ستكون المواجهتين المقبلتين مصيريتين من سوري قرطاج.